Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubrali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
Ontario Health Minister refuses to acknowledge whether hospital shutdowns are acceptable. Park at Canada's Wonderland partially reopens following weekend fire. Mississauga teen is second person to drown at Guelph Lake in 2 weeks. Michelle is an angel. Family of young girl killed by goat train in Mississauga speaks out after tragic accident. Police identify 22-year-old woman fatally shot in Newmarket. Monkeypox confirmed in person who recently used Toronto's shelter system, health officials say. Man facing impaired charges in fatal hit and run, Toronto police. Dead, 2 seriously injured after head-on collision in Scarborough. Details emerge about Ajax shooting that sent 6 people to the hospital.
Those were the headlines, and let's jump right into the details.
Ontario's health minister broke weeks of silence on Tuesday afternoon to address growing hospital emergency room and intensive care unit closures. However, she would not acknowledge whether the series of shutdowns is acceptable. It's always a very challenging decision when they have to shut down an emergency department, whether it's for 4 hours, one shift, or in some cases over the weekend. I know that it is very challenging for them to do this and make those determinations, Health Minister Sylvia Jones told CP24 on Tuesday. While Jones has made several public appearances since she was appointed to her new role on June 24th, up until this point she has not addressed the staffing crisis that has led to dozens of hospital closures. This is the first time Jones has accepted an interview request from CTV News Toronto or CP24 since she has sworn in as Health Minister. Meanwhile, the Ontario Nurses Association says its members have reported that about 25 hospitals were forced to make changes over the long weekend due to staff shortages across the province. Police in Durham say they are searching for a male suspect who is wanted in connection with a shooting in Ajax that sent 3 men and 3 women to hospital. Previously, investigators had not provided any details about the alleged shooter. They would only say that this individual fled the scene in a dark-colored 4-door vehicle. In a news release, Durham Regional Police Service elaborated further on the August 1st incident. They said at 1:20 a.m. on Monday, officers were sent to a call for a shooting at a rear of Damn Foods at 154 Harwood Avenue, just south of Highway 401. At the scene, police said they found 5 people who had been shot at the scene. A 6th person who had also been shot showed up at Toronto Hospital, they said. Investigators also said they believe the suspect attended the customer appreciation party that has been held at the back of the local Caribbean market. They said he was involved in a verbal altercation with some patrons and had left the restaurant but returned hours later and opened the fire. Most of Canada's Wonderland's 20-acre water park will be reopening today following a weekend fire. The blaze broke out Sunday, July 31st at around 10:45 p.m. at Splash Works, which is located in the northwest portion of the amusement park. One fire told CP24 that a pump house as well as few water slides were damaged by the fire, which was quickly doused. No injuries were reported. Canada's Wonderland reopened to the public on Monday, but Splash Works, which is home to the country's largest outdoor wave pool and 17 water slides, was out of commission for the day. In an August 2 email to CP24, Wonderland spokesperson Grace Peacock said while the majority water park is reopening Tuesday, 5 water attractions would remain closed. A 14-year-old boy from Mississauga has become the second person to drown in Guelph Lake in as many weeks. On Sunday, July 31st at 6:15 p.m., Wellington County OPP received a report of a swimmer in distress near an island in the lake. Officers pulled Hilal Ahmed Najibi from in the water around 7:30 p.m. He was rushed to a local hospital but was pronounced dead there a short time later. On July 18, the body of a 21-year-old Ryan Kabir was recovered from the same body of water. This individual was reportedly also seen in distress the day before, roughly 30 feet from the shore of the man-made reservoir. One person who recently used Toronto's shelter system is isolating after testing positive for monkeypox, health officials have confirmed. In an email to CP24.com, Toronto Public Health said they are currently aware of one confirmed monkeypox case in person that recently attended a Toronto shelter. As of Sunday evening, the health unit was only aware of single confirmed case. The affected individual has been transferred to the city's COVID-19 isolation and recovery site, which is also being used to help people who need isolate because of monkeypox. The virus can enter the body through breaks in the skin or through the eyes and mouth. Public Health Ontario logged 367 confirmed cases of monkeypox in the province as of Thursday, with nearly 78% of those cases in Toronto. Finally, a 4-year-old girl who was struck and killed by a GO train last week in Mississauga is speaking out for the first time since the tragedy. Michelle is an angel. She talks like an angel. Michelle acts like an angel, her father, Emmanuel, told CP24 Tuesday morning. Emmanuel said he, his wife, and their 3 children, Olivia, Clarice, and Michelle, were staying at his brother's apartment in Mississauga on July 26th before the unthinkable happened. Normally, my daughter is with me, but because it was an ice cream day, they went with their sister downstairs to the park, he said. Just only 15 minutes later, we received the call that she can no longer breathe and we rushed out immediately. At around 7:40 p.m., emergency responders were called to the area of Dundas Street and Cawthra Road for reports of a child who was struck by a GO train. He added that he has no words to explain the pain of losing his child but thanks everyone for their support and love. The funeral for Michelle was held in Mississauga at the Turner and Porter Funeral Home Tuesday morning. One person has died and 2 others have been transported to hospital following a head-on collision in Scarborough. Toronto police said there were multiple injured parties after a reported head-on collision at Steeles Avenue and Reser Road on the border between Scarborough and Markham late Monday night. The injuries ranged from serious to life-threatening, police initially said. Toronto Paramedic Services said they received a call about collision at around 10:25 p.m. One person was pronounced dead at the scene, paramedics later confirmed, while 2 others suffered serious injuries. At least 1 vehicle was on fire following the collision and Toronto Fire was also called to the scene. The intersection has been shut down as police investigates. There is no word so far on what caused the deadly collision. Police have identified a 22-year-old woman who was killed last week in Newmarket, Ontario. According to investigators, officers were called to a home near Prospect and Bottom Streets around 1:30 a.m. after receiving a report of an injured person. Officers found the victim outside of the residence suffering from unspecified injuries. She was rushed to the hospital where she later died. At the time, her death was deemed suspicious and the homicide unit was called in. On Tuesday, police said that a post-mortem examination found the woman had been shot. Investigators identified the victim as Toronto resident Nicole Mercer. No suspect information has been released by police in connection with the investigation.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.